What's good? We're back in this thing. Today we're going to be going over this overlay effect where you just duplicate your clip, change the blending mode on it, and change the position of it a little bit, and it just separates your shots from other shots. Maybe you could use a transition, add it on some b-roll, or just add texture to your music video. I think it's really important to add texture to your music video and just change up some clips from the normal clips so the viewer doesn't get bored. I've seen Brthr do this, a bunch of other directors, and it's a cool editing style that I actually haven't seen done that much in other people's music videos. So I think it's really cool for me to share a few ways that I've used it and a few ways that I think would be cool. And then obviously in your guys' mind, you guys will be able to think of a bunch of other ways you can use this. Before we get into the video, if you guys are new here and haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that because I do a lot of music video tutorials, editing tutorials, vlogs in the hip hop and music scene. Today I actually just shot some videos for Kid Leroy and for Brthr at my buddy Jason's gym. So that'll be really cool. I'll be having those in my vlogs. So definitely give my vlogs a chance. I know you guys have probably all subscribed for tutorials and stuff, but I do want to branch out and start, vlogging, doing a bunch of different style content now that I'm out here in LA, if you didn't know that already. And be sure to like and comment. Let's go for 500 likes, 100 comments on this video. That just shows that you guys want more tutorials and stuff, and it really helps push my content to other music video directors, editors, people that want to see this content. If you want to support the channel even more, you can go over to briandelmata.com and check out my texture pack. It helps you get that Og Lone Wolf style paper rips and effects. It helps support me directly as well as give you guys some really high quality digital assets. I'll have a tutorial playlist linked below as well as the website where you can purchase the pack. Follow me on all social medias. I'll have them linked below if you want to stay up to date with stuff that I'm doing and get to see some of the vlog footage and other stuff before I actually release it. But yeah, guys, that's enough talking. Let's get into the video, break down this effect, and just show you guys some things you can do here. So going into the video clip, here is just a shot from Goosebumps where Travis is just sitting on the bed and then goes here. Also, shout out to Tada because he was asking some questions about how to do something similar. So we were just in Discord one night and I was just playing around in these effects. So this wouldn't have really been a tutorial without Young Tada. Shout out him. Most of you guys probably know who he is. If not, go check him out on Instagram at Young Tada. But here what we're gonna do is all you have to do is find a clip where you want. Go ahead and duplicate that clip. This adjustment layer is here just for black bars because the clip that I downloaded has black bars. It's not doing anything, so you guys aren't missing out on anything here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the top clip to something like lighter color, scale it up, and you can already see a pretty cool effect. You can do this as many times as you want to, so I could like scale it up again. It was 106, so we could just do 6 each time, so 112. And then you have like a kind of like a zooming out effect, and you can change the blending mode to something like darker color. And then you have a similar thing but the opposite. It's obviously all dependent on your clip, and there's a bunch of different ways you can use this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete the top clip. I'm just showing you guys examples. This is basically more of a concept video versus like an actual effect. I think playing around with these things is really cool, and you can get some really good looks. I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn off the bottom layer so we just see the top layer right now. Go into our effects and type in a Luma key and drag that onto your top clip. I'm gonna drag the threshold up, and then if you wanted to, you can have it affect just parts of the clip. So if you didn't want it to be overlaying all this, you could just drag it down a little bit or whatever, and then turn back on that bottom clip, and now you can see it's only affecting the super bright areas, whereas if you were to turn it on and off, you can see the difference. I'll go ahead and show you an example on how to use something like this as a transition. So I'm gonna go ahead and do is just mark out on our timeline right where it transitions over to the next clip. Gonna drag this here. I'll go like 7 frames back and drag the clip that long, and then you can see that it pops up and then goes back. And I mean, that's pretty cool. You can even use that as a transition, but I'll show you some cool ways to make it look a little bit more intense. So one way I'm gonna do is just gonna duplicate it a few times, go 2 frames, go to this one and scale it up to 112 like we were talking about, so it like pops out. 1 2, add 6 to that, so 118. We're basically just scaling it up 6 at a time, and then 1 2, and then 124. And then you can see it expands as a transition. That's a pretty cool transition. If you wanted to, you could play with a bunch of different blending modes in here. So say you wanted the last one to be exclusion or something, so like flickers and gives like a color distort, or you could even go like difference, subtract, divide's pretty cool. All these are just different ways you can use it. For this one, I'm gonna use lighter color, so it kind of has that ramping up effect, and we'll go on to another clip and show a different transition. And then for this one, I'll show you guys kind of how they did something similar to this, where they have a bunch of different flickering things. Basically all they're doing is just offsetting the clip a little bit and changing the blending mode. So for here, we'll go and we'll cut something from up here and just drag it over down here. So now these are offset time wise. There's 2 different clips playing at once, and then you can play with the blending mode wherever you want. Go to darker color, has a pretty cool look. And I'll just make their transition a little bit longer as well. So what I'm gonna do is just cut a part of the clip that I want here, drag it here. You could even flip the clip horizontally. So if you go to effects and just type in flip, there should be a horizontal flip effect built in, and then going back here and going to lighter color. And if you don't want it to be harsh, you could just go to lighten instead of lighter color if you see those like harsh lines or whatever, because if you go to lighter color, it'll have like these rough edges. So lighten color does the same thing. And you could do something like HSL, I would notice they were doing. You could drag it onto the top layer. You could screw around with the color, or you could just turn the saturation all the way down. I think they did some of that too. I think that looks pretty cool. And if you wanted to make it a little bit more trippy, you could drag up the clip, duplicating it again, drag it to the side a little bit, and then that way it'll be off a little bit more. And then you can do it one more time if you want, drag it over. That way it has that blurry look. And you could even go and drag brightness and contrast onto one of the overlays and keyframe the brightness up or down depending on what you want. You can see that doing that changes the blending mode completely. So it's kind of a cool way to like have it flash in and out. Go with 2 frames and then have it go to 0. And then again, you could even change the difference in color balance. Like you could have some of them on, some of them off. You can see the difference. Like the bed right there is colorful. You could change it on and off. I'm going to go back to the frame where we had it brighten, and I'm just going to go ahead and Control C and V that so it's even brighter. It just has a more aggressive flash. And then one last thing I'm going to do for this transition here is just duplicate the clip, drag it over so the timing's off a little bit, and then go to screen or something so it has this bouncing effect right before the transition. And if you even want to make the transition smoother, you can drag the clips out, so like one starts transitioning before the other. You can have one come out this way. There's really a bunch of different things you can do to these transitions to make them look crazy. It's a very similar style to Brthr here. Obviously, don't copy exactly what they do. Yeah, but that's pretty much how they do this transition here. I think ours looks pretty similar. Obviously, ours leads into it, and you can't really tell the difference. Obviously, there's a little bit more fast-paced, and they probably spend a little bit more time on it. But I don't want to show you guys exactly how to do their effects the same exact way they're doing it. I just want to show you guys the tools and resources and how to do it, because I know a lot of people have been copying other people's styles recently, and I don't want you guys to do that. I just want you guys to learn how this is done and then make it into your own effect. Like I said, you can play with the blending modes, the opacity of all this stuff, just a bunch of different things that you can use to make it your own. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. If you made it all the way to the end, I really do appreciate you. If you want more tutorials like this, I'll have 2 tutorials linked in their style, like the trippy kind of colorful style, linked below. So definitely go watch those if you're interested. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out and help grow the community. I want to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you have a friend, go ahead and tell them about this channel. If you want to support the channel, you can go to bryandelmata.com, check out my texture pack, follow me on all social medias below. Let me know if you guys watched the vlog, if you guys enjoyed it, other content you guys want to see, other tutorial ideas in the comments below. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the video. Peace.